Good afternoon and welcome to another Money Making Mom Scope. This afternoon we're going to be talking about, yes, selling. I did a scope last week on why you shouldn't sell, but this time we're going to be talking about how to get more people to buy your product and how to actually sell or encourage people to buy what you have to offer in a way that actually really works and is not annoying and frustrating and just really turning people off. So good afternoon. So glad to have you all here. Yay, from South Africa. I love South Africa. My favorite country next to the United States. Hi, Cynthia. So for those of you who are new, my name is Crystal Payne and I'm the founder of MoneySavingMom.com, as well as the creator of the 14-day online course called Makeover Your Mornings. And yay, you got in. Hi, Erin. And I'm also the author of the book, Money Making Mom. So today we're going to talk about how to get people to buy your product. And this is one of those things where it's kind of, I feel like I'm kind of conflicting myself in the sense of that, or contradicting myself, that's the better word, contradicting myself because I told you don't sell, but what I meant by that was don't be annoying and don't just do this sell stuff. So today we're going to be talking about how to get people to buy your product or how to get more people to buy your product. And then we'll do, I didn't put it on the title, but we can also, if I have time, this was supposed to be a really short scope and then I started writing things down and I had a lot to share, so we'll see how fast I can get through it. But we should also have some time for some questions about anything related to making money. So no selling, that's right. Okay, so number one, you need to create awareness. So you need to let people know that your products are available. If they never know that they exist, how are they ever going to think to buy them? So some creative ways to do that. Did I do chapter 6 of 5 a.m. Miracle Scope today? I read something from chapter 5 in my scope this morning because it's Friday and Friday is kind of our hangout, relaxed, more chit-chatty day. So that's there, and then we'll start, I think we'll do chapter 6 on Monday. So. Okay, so let people know that it's available. On my other scope, if you missed that, you can go to catch.me/MoneySavingMom. And I talked about, it's by, I can't remember exactly what it's titled, but something about stop selling or why you shouldn't sell or something. And I talked about some really creative ways to raise awareness for your product. So you need to create awareness, and you can do that by creating content that is around your product. If you go to MoneySavingMom.com, you'll notice that I've been doing a lot of content that is around Makeover Your Mornings, my 14-day online course. And so I'm talking about getting up early, and I'm talking about how to be a morning person, and I'm telling you how my mornings are going. And then I am linking to Makeover Your Mornings in there some. So I'm plugging it, but I'm not just saying, buy my product, buy my product, buy my product. I'm just talking about it, and I'm creating content around it and then creating that awareness for it for those who are interested. So create awareness, let people know that it's available. Number 2, create excitement. This is one of the best ways to get people excited, especially if you have a product coming. So if the product isn't out yet, but it's coming and you know that it's coming, then create excitement. One of the great ways to do that is to have a launch team. We've done this for my last 2 books that I released. We had a launch team, and it was a Facebook group and an email list of people who they were excited about what I had to share, and they were excited about my book, and so they helped promote it. So they got to get a pre-release copy, and then it was a digital copy because there were a lot of people. So they got to get a digital pre-release copy, and then we encouraged them to write an Amazon review, to share with us what they were learning from the book, to help promote stuff, and so they helped create that excitement for the product. So think about a way, how can you create excitement for your product? Maybe that's that you put on Instagram, that you'll give some teasers. You'll show something and you'll give some teasers and say, this is coming. I've done that on Instagram before. When my bracelet line came out, I did a teaser and I showed the bracelet. I said, I'm so excited. These are launching in a few weeks. But I created some content around it and then talked about the fact that they were coming. So that's a way to create excitement, create interest, give a little taste of it away. So if you have a book that is coming out, an ebook that's coming out, a digital product of some sort, is there a way that you could give a little bit of it away? So for instance, with Makeover Your Mornings, my 14-day online course, if you go to the site makeoveryourmornings.com, I give away day 1 for free. That's to give people a little taste to see if the product is good for them. Maybe it's a download that you give them, maybe it's printables, maybe it's the first day, if it's course, whatever. Is there a way that you can give them a taste of it to see if it's for them? That creates excitement and interest. The other thing that I found to be really helpful and a great way to sell product is to create a limited time offer. So when we have a product launch, the very first day that it launches, I'm going to have it be at the lowest price it's probably ever going to be. And that's going to create excitement for that product. It's going to kind of help jumpstart the sales, but it's also going to get people to say, I want to buy it that first day because that's when I'm going to get the best deal. And one of the other things that we found just this past year that was really beneficial was when I launched the Makeover Your Mornings course, we said that on the first day, 25% of all the sales would go to help build this two-room classroom in South Africa, and kind of really made a big to-do about that and got people really, really excited about that and about helping to support that. And so then what was so cool is that all day long people would email in and text me, and they were commenting on my blog and saying, you know, how much have you raised? How much have you raised? I'm so excited that I had a little part in this. And so being able to help people get excited about being a part of something bigger than just the product launch. That was very successful for us. So number 1, create awareness. Number 2, create excitement. Number 3, create interest. People need to know why they need your product. People don't just see a product and automatically think, oh wow, I need that. I mean, sometimes they do, but a lot of times they don't know that they need your product until you tell them why they need it. So tell them what they'll learn if they read your book or if they listen to your video series. Tell them what they'll glean from if they buy that, you know, product that you have on Etsy. Tell them how it's going to benefit their life, how it's going to make a difference. For instance, we have a line of t-shirts. We call them our Choose t-shirts. They're with sense of style, and it's choose joy, choose love, choose courage, and what am I missing now? I can't even think. Choose, I can't even remember. Isn't that terrible? Choose love, choose joy, choose courage, choose gratitude. That's what it is. Okay. And so telling people how those have benefited my life. Telling people, yeah, choose coffee. We need that one. Telling people how, that's funny that one of your friends at church was wearing one. People, now they wear them, like if I go speak, they'll wear them. And it's sort of like, I feel like, it's like, people wearing sports, you know, the sports team shirts to the game or something. It's just kind of a weird, funny thing, but, people are so sweet. But anyway, so having those products and not just saying, here, you need to buy a shirt, but talking about how me having those messages in front of me at, you know, when I need to be reminded of that and how that's impacted my life. And so not just saying, here's the product, but saying, here is how it's going to impact your life. Here's how it's benefited my life. Here's how it's made a difference. Here's why I created this. I see so many people trying to sell their product by just basically saying, buy my book or buy my stuff or buy my whatever, instead of giving people a real reason for why. They need to know why it's going to impact their life and the difference that it's going to make. So think about how you can create interest by doing that. How will your product solve a problem that they have? And also tell them why you're the person to provide the solution. That's another thing, especially if you're doing a digital download or a book. You need to be the guide, and you need to let them know why you are the guide, like why you have the experience to be able to guide them through this, to be able to help them, to be able to solve these problems for them. Now, this is not about you, puffing yourself up and saying, look at me, like I'm amazing. And in fact, when I went to Donald Miller's Story Brand Conference, one of the big takeaways for me was the fact that you need to be a guide, not a hero. So if you want people to come alongside you, buy your stuff, listen to what you have to say, you need to be a guide, not a hero. And he was talking about how in the political, everybody's like the presidential race right now, and how just paying attention to how many of them are setting themselves up for the people to be the hero, and how many of them are setting themselves up as the hero, and how you want to set up your customers and your readers and those who are following you, you set them up as the hero. That's why I want you guys to succeed. That's why I'm always like, I am cheering for you. I want you to be successful. I love sharing your stuff and promoting you, because it's not all about me. That would just be so boring, and that would just, if you live your life with your hands clenched and your fists together and you don't ever just give, it's a miserable existence. And so just seeing yourself as a conduit to help other people, but also how can you be generous? How can you promote other people? How can you make a difference in someone else's life today? Instead of coming at it like, look at me, I'm amazing, I have everything that you need to know. That's not the way that you sell product and really generate loyalty. That is not what you do. So set your customer up to be the hero, and you be the guide. So number 1, create awareness. Number 2, create excitement. Number 3, create interest. And number 4, create loyalty. Oh, Cynthia, you're sweet. Okay, so create loyalty. And how do you do that? You do that by building relationships. This is something that's very, very, very important to me. Everything is about relationship and integrity. I really challenge you to think long-term, not short-term. I want you to think beyond that one sale. I want you to think beyond getting that customer to buy that one thing. And I want you to think about building a long-term relationship. And guess what? When you build that long-term relationship, sometimes it means you lose that sale in the beginning in order to build a long-term relationship. For instance, just on Monday, I sent out an email newsletter to my Crystal Payne list. If you're not on my personal email newsletter list, you can go to MoneySavingMom.com/scope, and you can sign up for my calendar course that's free on there, and that will add you to my personal email list. But I send an email out every Monday night, and I sent an email out, and it's just a newsy email just from me, stuff that I've been interested in, links that I've loved, books that I'm reading, just real newsy. But at the bottom of that email, I said, P.S. My book, Money Making Mom, the ebook is on sale for $2.99. And I said, it's a limited time only. I don't know how much longer it's going to be available, but you want to jump on it while you can. Well, I wrote that email on Saturday when the book was discounted to $2.99. And from what I understood from my publisher and from Amazon, this sale was going to go through Tuesday. I must have misunderstood, or something happened somewhere, because the sale ended on Monday. So when the email went out, the ebook was no longer on sale. So a lot of people wrote in and they said, I tried to get the ebook. I'm really disappointed. Is there a coupon code? Did I do something wrong? And I had a choice in that moment. I could either, say, well, you missed the sale. I said it was limited time. I didn't know, or whatever. Or I could say, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm going to take the ownership of this, and I'm going to go the extra mile. And so every single person who wrote in and said that, I offered to send them a book for free. Now, was I losing an initial sale? Yes, because that's somebody that they probably were going to buy the book at some point in time, and they may have bought it at full price, but it was a long-term relationship. And so it was me saying, you know what? I made a mistake. And I'm going to own that, and I'm going to go the extra mile. And I love doing that. Honestly, like, I love to blow people away. I love to wow people. And that is how you build relationships. Now, when I was first starting out the business, I wasn't at a place that I could do that. But now that is one of my most favorite things in the world. People will write in and they'll say, I would love to get a copy of your book, but I just can't afford it. And I'll be like, give me your mailing address. I'd love to send it to you. Because I don't want the cost of something to ever hinder someone from getting the information. I think there's a time when people need to put forth some investment, because then when you put forth investment, you'll usually put forth effort. But these people were putting forth investment. They were trying to buy the book, and it was at the wrong price than what I said. So I wanted to reward them for their effort and wow them. And so I just really challenge you, create loyalty, find a way to be very generous and to wow people. Make it about them, not about you. Now, here is the thing I want to tell you. So customer service is so key. With that example, I could have made a whole bunch of people really mad. I could have said, yeah, I could have not responded to the emails. I could have said, well, you snooze, you lose. You should have seen it on my blog. And people probably would have been frustrated because they didn't have a good customer experience. And when people don't have a good customer experience, do you know what they're going to do? They're probably going to go tell their friends. But when instead you wow them and you give them more than they would have ever expected that you would do, they're going to go tell their friends. You better believe that. And so that is how you create that loyalty. Be generous. Wow people. And long term, you might lose that short term sale, but long term, you will usually have a lifelong customer. So create awareness, create excitement, create interest, and create loyalty. Make it about them. How can you serve your audience well? How can you do something that's going to just bless them and make them feel special and valued? I think at the end of the day, that's for me, like with my email newsletters, that's why I have my email address as what the replies come to. I can't always reply to everyone, but I try to reply to as many of them as possible because I'm like, this is my tribe. These are my people, and I want to build a relationship with them. I want to hear what they have to say. I want to engage with them because at the end of the day, if I don't hear what they have to say, if I don't engage with these people, I have totally gotten my finger off the pulse, and I'm going to go in a bad direction because of that. So that's what I wanted to share with you all today. I also wanted to mention that if you have any questions on anything related to making money, we have time that we can chat about that for a little while. Love your people, Stacy. I love you, Stacy. I almost made cinnamon rolls thanks to you, and then I got all the recipe, and then I was like, I don't need cinnamon rolls. I'll just eat some chocolate. So I did. That's what I did today. My poor family. So anyway, if you go to, what was number 4? Number 4 was create loyalty. If you go to MoneySavingMom.com/scope, I wanted to mention that there is a sign-up link that I just put on there for a free webinar that I'm doing next week with Chandler Bolt. He is an Amazon self-published author who has been made a lot of money on Amazon, and he's done a really great job with self-publishing on Amazon and basically all self-taught. And we're going to do a webinar next week, it's free, on self-publishing and how to be a best-selling author. I'm really excited about it. It's next Thursday afternoon, and if you cannot make it, you can still sign up and you'll get the replay link. So if you go to MoneySavingMom.com/scope, you can read all about that there. There's also a mini course there on self-publishing as well, if you're interested. And just to be 100% transparent, yes, there is a course that he's selling that's a few $100s. And so that is part of the reason why we're doing this together. But I really believe in what he does, and I believe that he has a lot of helpful information. And if you can't afford the course, you can still get all the free stuff and learn a whole bunch from that. But then if you listen to the free stuff and you say, you know, I really want to self-publish, and I think I really want to do this thing, and I just need somebody to hold my hand, then he'll be talking more about the course and something that might be an option for you. His name is Chandler Bolt. I think I got that right. Hopefully I know it's Chandler. So what we all want to know, when is Make of Your Evenings coming? Okay, so you all get to know, be the first to know that in February we're doing the filming for that. Now I still have to write the thing, but I'm working on it. So we're filming. We have the guy who, I think he's from Oregon. He did my MoneySavingMom videos, and he is super great to work with, and he's very inexpensive. Because he's all on his own, and he does it, and he's just amazing to work with. So we're hoping to launch it in April. I think that's the plan. That's what we're hoping for, but it's my year of rest, so I can sort of just decide to launch it in August if I want to. So, hi Jamie, so fun to see you. You're baking cinnamon challah bread. Oh man, you're gonna make me hungry. I made challah a few times and it's so good. Stacy being silly? Never. I mean, Stacy is never silly. No, no. She just starts her scopes with, like, this morning she said, I'm gonna do a quickie. That's what she started her scope, and then she realized what she said. She just cracks me up. I just love Stacy, so yeah. When she asks real questions, although half the time, poor Stacy, I like mess up her question or misunderstand it or something. But yeah, we need to stop talking about food but now then you're gonna make me want to go do the cinnamon rolls. But she is so funny. Yeah, ask a giveaway question. Ask away. Well, thanks for pointing that out. Well, Stacy, I mean, you know, that's what I'm here for. I'm good for it. So I'm happy to point it out. You were the one who said adult movies one. Oh, and I think it was adult magazines. I think I said adult magazines. The problem is every time I say adult coloring books, I'm just like, I wish they weren't called adult coloring books. Okay, do you consider using handmade items for giveaways? Are you asking if I would do a giveaway for handmade items, or can you ask, yeah, you gotta go watch Stacy's scope. It was hilarious because the words came out of her mouth and then she realized what she said. So there are some scary adult coloring books. I am sure there are. I try not to look at that part of Amazon. Your giveaways, like, would I do a giveaway for handmade items? Am I asking that correct? Yeah, your numbers will soar, Stacy. Yes. Yes, I've done a lot of giveaways for handmade items. My only thing is for giveaways on our site right now, we have a $250 minimum, just because there are a lot of people that will enter the giveaway, and so it has to be kind of a large enough prize. So you could give away like a prize package to 5 different people if it would hit the $250 minimum. But I hate that we have to have a minimum, but we just do because but there are a lot of other sites that will do giveaways for that's a big amount of money. So you are very welcome. So, oh, thank you, Wayne. Okay, well, I guess nobody has any ideas for free or inexpensive book launch bonuses. You can always do downloads. Downloads are always good. Another thing that you could consider, that one thing that was very whenever I launched Say Goodbye to Survival Mode, oh, I want to produce a coloring book. Don't tell me about it. That's like one thing I really want to do, but shh, I'm trying to turn off my brain of all the ideas of things I want to do. Remember, it's my year of rest. Okay, so when I launched Say Goodbye to Survival Mode, I will tell you the thing that was the most, sold the most. And that was, we partnered with Motivated Moms. They are a downloadable cleaning chore list calendar kind of thing. We partnered with them, and they gave away a free download of their 1-year system, which I think it's maybe $8 full price. They gave that away to anyone who pre-ordered a copy of Say Goodbye to Survival Mode. Say Goodbye to Survival Mode came out in January, so people were all in this new year, new you sort of thing. And so they wanted the calendar and they wanted the book. And so that is what really sold the most books. That was the most successful thing of anything we did to push sales with Say Goodbye to Survival Mode. So it was a digital download. So we partner with another company. So that can be an idea of something that you could do. You could partner with another company, but it has to be something that a lot of people know the brand and will be excited about. So for my audience, a lot of people knew about Motivated Moms. It's a little bit now that there's so many apps and so many cool things now, it's kind of not as popular, but this was 2014 and it was still very popular. So people were super, super excited about it. So thinking about what's something that your audience would be really excited about, and then can you either create that or can you partner with another company? It gave Motivated Moms a lot of exposure as well. I narrated Say Goodbye to Survival Mode for Audible. I did not do Money Making Mom. Don't tell me about it. It makes me really sad. I listened to a little clip the other day of the person who did, and I was just like, I'm not going to feel guilt over that. They gave me 2.5 weeks, I think. They said we need it done sometime in the next 2.5 weeks, and it was in the middle of a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I knew that it would take me a good 2.5 to 3 days to do, and I didn't have 2.5 to 3 days to do, so I said no. And I'm not going to feel guilty about it. So anyway, alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. You're loving my hand lettering pieces on Instagram. Thank you. I'm having fun. I just got new pins, and I'm loving these. I'm writing a post right now. You bet I bit my tongue before recording. Oh my goodness, that was such an awful thing. For those of you who don't know, so right before I did Say Goodbye to Survival Mode, somehow, some way, leave it to me, because I'm like a ditz on a klutz, I like flipped my tongue around and chomped down on it, and there was literally like this big, awful, horrible thing. I could barely talk. This was probably 5 days before I had to do recording, and audiobook recordings are brutal without any sort of weirdness going on. And we just prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed that my mouth would heal, and it did. And I had been in so much pain, I could barely eat, I could barely talk, and then like the day before, it just all of a sudden, I mean, it still hurt, but it wasn't debilitating, and so I just did it, because you sometimes just have to do what you have to do. So anyway, I'm working on a post actually right now on hand lettering, and about putting my imperfect out there and what I've learned from that, and some of my resources on hand lettering, because so many people have asked that. So you are very kind, Cynthia. So anyway, I'm going to let you all go, but I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and a wonderful weekend. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. I'm not sure. We will see. I'm going to see if I'm going to wake up early tomorrow, and if I wake up early, then I might scope early. We'll just see. So anyway, the hand lettering book that I use, I actually have it right here. This is the one that I'm using, Hand Lettering for Everyone. But there's, the post that I'm going to do, I'm going to link to a lot of resources that are free online, because there's a lot of really great free resources online. So anyway, have a great afternoon, and I will talk to you later.